conduits of that love energy all the time.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Now, do I do that? Do I say that all the time? Yeah. Well, there are times when I may get a little low, but I'm aware that you don't create joy, you don't create peace, and you don't. It's already in my nature. It's who and what I am. So I don't have to go out of my way to, so to speak, to create it, because you can have a party and there are people standing on the wall not having a good time because you can't make nobody accept their own joy. The joy is already inside. So like I'm talking to you now, Eva, you're matching the joy that's in me already. Because if I didn't want to be in your company, I don't make no difference what you come up with. You could give me $1 million. Well, it has to start with me first.
Yes.
And everybody else is the reflection or the matching frequency of me. And so that's why you go from, how can I say, from a knowing within that what you're looking for, you're looking with, and you always have been. Because if you weren't, you would not be. That's another thing I like what Jeshua said.
I think that's very important what you said about the people in your life being the mirrors,
right,
to what you are experiencing. And Jeshua has told us many times that every person in your life is there by divine appointment. That you,
yeah. Oh, Eva. I have had some experiences with people close to me. And I want to blame them. No, I don't have anything to do with that. I don't like what you said. I don't like what you did. And then I have to say, now you putting your power outside of yourself. You can never make it right because they're going to act like they always act. You have to decide that you're going to love yourself, and your source is where you live. Turn inward. As you have said, turn inward. Knowing the truth of your being, the love you're looking for, you're looking with. And so therefore you're not controlled by people.
Exactly. It's not an outside job. It's always an inside job.
Yeah. But you couldn't tell me that. I grew up most of my life pointing out here.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Everybody's fault but mine. Oh, that's your fault. You said this and you did that. Well, I didn't do nothing to you. Why did you treat me like that? But now I've gotten calmer, because I know where my power is. I'm a walking powerhouse if I allow myself to be. Well, if I don't, I'm still a walking powerhouse. I'm just not aware.
Right.
So that's what I feel now, as you know, Eva.
Yes. We've had a divine appointment for a long time.
Yeah, we have. And you came into my life to, how can I say that? I want to say not push my button, but to encourage me to step forward. And you have a way about you that you can do it so subtle too. And the next thing I know, I'm doing it. So, but it's only right. It feels good.
Yes, that's the ultimate test. Is it coming from love? You know, when I listen to Jeshua answering questions, and people are trying to blame this or that or the other, and you know, how do I know that that's for real? It's like, does it come from love?
Right. Well, I always just know from my feelings. Everything I do from my feeling nature. And I just know when something or somebody or some situation come to me and it feels good, I take a look at it and say, let me see what this is, because it feels so good. But if it's the opposite, I'm not going to say I throw it away, because, you know, it's good in everything. I know that there's a reason why it came, so I started looking for, well, why are you here? And sooner or later, you'll get the answer because of who you are. You have to get the answer.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. So I'm in so much joy because for years people have been telling me that I was a teacher, and because all my people at church and whatever, all of them were professional teachers, and I would always be sitting in the midst of them, and they'd say, "Oh, are you a teacher?" I said, "Oh, no, 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 no. No, I'm not a teacher." Not knowing I was already teaching as I went, but I didn't claim that. So, so finally, when I had the experience a couple years ago, I woke up with "It is finished" on my chest. And then about 2 days after that, it was Melchizedek on my chest. And so I asked Joshua about it, and he told me that it was time for me to teach, so to speak, and to do it audio is what he first said. But now, beloved Eva made sure that I got video. That was my first online on the website. And so I said, well, okay. So, but he did tell me audio. And what I got out of that was it was time for me to step forward with my belief system. Not that mine is more than anybody else, but I'm coming from the way I resonate. And that I would bring to me people that resonate like I do. They'll be glad to hear it in the way that I give it. So I stopped judging it and stopped picking words and picking whatever and said, oh, well, however I come across, that's just where I come across. So here I am, Eva.
Well, you are always in my heart as a master of joy and love, and the way that you are able to reach people and tell people just straight out from your heart exactly how you feel, and to remind them of their mastership and
This is true.
their love as well, and that we don't have a greater or lesser, that we're all extensions of the one creative source, as Jeshua tells us.
Yes, yes, yes.
There is no greater or lesser. And
this is true.
That is, to me, also the practicing of the presence.
Oh, yeah. Yes, your self-worth. I mean, but if you practice those principles, you will come into your self-worth because you can see it working. And you say, "Ooh, I didn't know I was that powerful." You're not trying to be powerful over anybody because you don't have to. You have your own power. And so I started really kind of early with that, though, because most of the churches that I was involved with really believed in principles. You said these principles don't change. Well, see, I know a little different than that now, but at that time, they don't change. They don't change. Certain ones, no, but the ones they were talking about, yes, they changed. And one is karma, because of the planet shift, the way we're shifting, moving into is that fifth dimension. Yeah. With that, for we're not carrying that into the fifth dimension of karma, where you have that push-pull energy. No, we're creative beings. We know we're creative beings, and we don't need nothing to push and pull us. So I dropped it. As soon as I heard Joshua say it, no, there is no karma. I said, fine. And I let it go.
Fine.
I don't want it anyway. Then I heard others say the same thing. And it resonated. And I said, well, that sounds like a God. And that was my criteria for my classes. I would say, no, that don't sound like God. That sounds like a human. That doesn't sound like God. But when I got to Joshua, I said, now that sounds like God.
I agree. I have never felt such unconditional love in another presence as I have with him and our expanding heart family, that we practice what he has shared with us about our innate holiness, our willingness to see our wholeness as crucial to living the life that we're meant to live here. We're not supposed to struggle or suffer, or we didn't come for that. When we live in the present, We just
I like the way you said that. And then laugh. This is true. We didn't come for that. We're God and we do have our way.
Yeah. I just always remember Reverend Thomas Coates saying, you know, just because there's tribulations, it's not my duty to tribulate.
That's a good one. This is true. But now, Eva, I'm not saying that it just takes practicing. You know, you first got to decide on what you believe the principles are. What you put out, you get back. That's a principle.
Okay.
Everything must change. That's another principle.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a tendency, we don't want nothing to change. And if it changes and it looks, another example, I don't want to pass this one. I remember my pastor saying, nothing is right or wrong. Only thinking makes it so.
Oh, yeah.
Now she wouldn't preach on it now. She would just throw it out there as a tidbit. And now I understand what that means. I like, I'm the one that calls it good or not so good.
Yeah.
Because the same thing can be used either way, what we call negative and positive. You can flip it over. Because of why? Because of who we are. Consciousness comes first.
Yeah, Reverend Tom Coates used to call it being an umpire.
Now Tom was the first person I met.
Yeah, he said he recognized you.
No, he didn't know me. I thought he did. He just he looked down in my suitcase and saw my name, but he called me. He said, "Hi, Josie, how are you doing?" I said, "Oh my God, these people are psychic. They are really psychics." But he pointed down in my suitcase, you know, with my name on it. But I love Tom. I just right from the beginning, he brought my feelings where I wasn't so afraid and so feeling like I was a fish out of water, because he was so warm and loving, and the way he told us to come on and follow him, and we followed him inside the hotel where they were having the service at. I'll never forget him. He is so close to my heart.
Yes, he is very much so. He is still our teacher and our co-founder of Oakbridge University.
This is true.
He and Judith had the vision of this Hart family community, and it turns out we're all over the world because there is no separation, right?
This is true. And then this is really something about that too. And also, you was right there on the board, not knowing that you were going to move into other situations. You didn't know it.
No.
But you're absolutely prepared.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Well, it's the love that keeps on giving.
That's true.
And I know that I'm home with my Hart family.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And that's another thing I can feel. I can feel when the people come in to the advances. I just look at them. I know that I know them. I mean, they just feel, not just look, they feel familiar. And I'm like, whoa. So I made it my business every year. I would not leave an advance without hugging every single soul that came to the advance and stop and talk to them. That's something I did.
Well, that's part of your practicing the presence.
Yeah, but I just felt like I should, because not should, there's no should. I felt like I had come home within myself. And so I'm like gathering seemingly scattered pieces to myself. And so I would go and talk to them, just say hi. And they say blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, somebody had to tell me, come on, it's time to go. Because I can feel the oneness between us, and that it's safe to talk to them. And so they listen to me, and then I stop, and then I listen to them, and it's just beautiful.
Yes, that feeling of recognition comes over and over again for me, and that's what keeps me motivated to keep serving our community. is because I keep recognizing the Christ of them and our past lives, our current lives, our future lives intersecting with each other. And that's, to me, the proof of there is no separation and the proof of
Yeah,
oneness.
yeah, yeah. No, another principle. Yeah.
Of oneness.
Practice the presence. Yeah, this person, I don't care how they acting. We all know that there are no accidents or mistakes, so they're in my space for some reason. So it's up to me to dissect it or use my intuition or however.
Exactly. And I get to the point where I just get so excited about, who are you? Where have you been in my life? You know, I want to know you.
Yes.
And for some people that feels overwhelming and they want to back
Oh,
off.
that's
And for
true.
other people, they're open and they're glad to be seen. You know,
Right.
I
Right.
think that's so
Oh,
important for us to
yeah.
be
Just
seen.
speaking of that, you remember when Joshua said that the homeless people want to be seen and for us to look at them in their eyes?
Yeah.
Well, I was sitting in the parking lot at food market at Kroger's, and I knew this man was coming. I could see him. He was circling the places. Now in my mind, I said, I don't know if I want to do this or not. I don't know if this is real or not. I had all kind of reasons why I didn't think I wanted to do anything. And so finally, when he came up to my window, I rolled the window down, and when he came up, I looked at him right in his eyes and just gazed at him. He didn't ask me for one dime. All he said to me was, "Ma'am, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for looking right in my eyes." And I knew then he didn't come for money for me. He came for me to see him. And I said, "Oh my God, Yeshua just said that maybe 4 days ago or whenever." And I experienced it. So I always do that now.
Yes, me too. Even if I'm just driving past and they're
Yeah.
there with the sign, I try to look at them and wave to them. And
Yes.
they're, oh, somebody
Yeah,
saw
yes.
me.
Yes. Because
Well,
that's me. See, that's us.
yeah. All we have to do is remember how it feels for us to be seen.
Right.
And you know, so much of the time, we get to be well, I've experienced not being understood or not being seen. And when someone else gives you the gift of being seen, it is it is so affirming. And so now, it doesn't bother me anymore if anybody doesn't see me, but
All
I
right.
do
Right.
like
Yeah.
to, yeah,
Right.
because
Because you're going home within
yeah,
yourself. You see yourself.
right, right. It's not on the outside anymore. It's always part of me.
Ooh, that is, oh God, that is so freeing because that's not the way I came through.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But see, that's where we came to change that pattern on
Right.
this on this earthly plane. And that's
Right.
what defines masters, is that we can transmute what we've been taught and make it into something that is more in line with what the capital T truth is of who
Right.
we
Right.
are.
Which goes out into all of civilization and beyond and beyond and beyond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When we heal a pattern, no matter what it is that's been in our lineage, in our culture, we're transmuting it for the rest of humanity as well. And
Yes.
that's what, I felt so um, excited about that when Jeshua talked to us about that. You think that your life doesn't matter very much, or that you're a small being, but that's not the truth of it. The truth is that you are an integral part, and your experience is very necessary for the rest of humanity, and as an expression of uh, what God really is. So
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Isn't that just beautiful?
yeah, it is. It's so freeing.
Yeah. Because I didn't think that. I had myself kind of like this. It's kind of like you in and out of feeling good about yourself. You in and out, in and out, in and out. And finally, I just said, I'm just tired of going in and out. Where's my love? And, I'm walking with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So wonderful to talk to you about all of this, Josie. It's you just always touch my heart and fill me up with that joy, that peace, and that love. And I feel like we're just reflections of each other that love to play together. And that's how I feel with playing with you. For taking the time to share of yourself, your journey, and all the incredible ways in which your life is contributing to the life of all our brothers and sisters. We are so blessed to be together and to be doing this joyful, joyful work, joyful play that Jeshua has invited us to do in this lifetime.
This is true. And beloved Eva, we're just getting started.
I know, isn't it wonderful? Well, thank you. I will stop our recording now.
Okay, God bless you.